Revenge, revenge, revenge. If you swat my friends, I might want some revenge. And because I rhymed that, it can't be used against me. Unless you're a drill rapper in the UK. Self-snitching. But interestingly, this time around, the self-snitching happened in the other direction. So let's get the fuck into it. I am hyper excited. Hyper excited. Heaps going on. I decided that with the, I decided, let me just do a sound check actually, because this is super early in the US. Good morning, USA. Just going to do a quick sound check. I decided with the amount of time that I was spending, in Twitter Spaces, that I really should be doing more YouTube content with even just a fraction of that time. Get the Tang Gang cross-platform, get some shit going on YouTube, and just have some fun. So we are back to doing the Dilly Down. I know it's been months, I think. We're doing the Dilly Down, same shit. I'm going to share my screen, all the standard shit, disclaimers in the description below, some links to merch and stuff in the descriptions below. The freaking, some contract addresses are probably in there. I didn't update the description other than to say that we are on the yacht. We are on the golden ass yacht. What was I doing over here? So we're checking for whatever. So we're going to share a screen. Just let me boomer my way through. Just let me boomer my way through the start of the show, and then we'll get the flow going on. Oh, that's right. I was going to pull up my Twitter because that's the way that we typically always start these streams. That's the way that you get the fucking alpha. That's the way that, and by the way, it's not from me. It's usually just everyone that I roll with on Twitter. So my Twitter handle is literally that, hex_tangent. Let's just get this fucking screen shared. Come on. See, being a boomer is not actually about your age. Being a boomer is actually about your attitude and your inability to use technology easily. So here we go. So this is it here. That's the Dilly Down address. The token gating has been increased to $20 of tokens now that we're in the Hyperbull. I know that's still fuck all. It's only double what it was before. It was 10. Now it's 20. We are going to be looking at some of the tokens. So I actually have a tool that's not for public use. So I can't link you guys to it just yet, but it should be coming out soon. That is the first time, I may have mentioned this before, but it's the first time that you can get dollar values for the tokens that are in your wallet on Pulse Chain. So I'll be using that tool to just kind of look at some of the coins that have been sent in, some of the coins that have gone up, some of the coins that are pumped, because that's the whole point of this stream, is to look at dildos, big green dillies, hence the name. So now we'll just get rid of this. Oh, I've also got a very cool, you know what, I'm going to show you guys this before I forget, right? So check this out. More boomering. Let's go. So we want video storage. So this was made by one of the guys in the Hex design group. I don't think it has sound, but check this out. It's fucking incredible. And I'll boomer my shit while you guys watch this. stuffing up for you guys. But anyway, you get the idea. It's sort of like almost like a slideshow, and it did actually have music. Can't seek video from storage. Please try again. Contact support. Oh, that's pretty handy. Contact support while I'm in the middle of a live stream. That would be some boomer shit. That would be some true boomer shit if I started getting on the phone and started Karening motherfuckers, being a Karen to others. Guys, we don't have a heap of time, so let's just. But you get the idea. It was dank as shit. I think a lot of that art is from Poseidon, who's one of like our really good artists in the community who just relentlessly makes dope art. So we're going to be using InvestDex. Share the screen. InvestDex are a bunch of fucking chads. You guys should really follow them on Twitter. Support them because they have made a pulse chain focused token explorer / chart generator. And in fact, you know what? Let's actually just see. I wonder if they have ETHW on here. Pussy Yacht, Ahoy. Oh, these are a lot of the coins that we're actually going to look at today. HOA. It doesn't look like it. So that's all Ethereum. That's Pulse Chain. I might DM them about that with no pressure. See if they want to add ETHW, because that's part of our show today is going to be talking about ETHW and how Yacht has gone multi-chain, baby. Just plot spoiling the whole conclusion of the shit. But yeah, very exciting stuff. I was up late with the dev team that was working on it all last night, stayed up until like 7 a.m. Had one of the best nights of my life last night for various reasons. And we managed to get across the line everything that needed to be done, airdropping all the people. So we'll go through some of the collections, like NFT collections and tokens that got airdropped. We'll talk about everything. But let's start with the basics. How do you know what? Maybe if I put this one over here. Yeah, that's perfect. No. Sorry, guys. The boomerang doesn't end after the intro. I think we only need about that much width on that, and that gives me just enough width over here. Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's go, boomers. So let's see. So I want to start porting for this show. So there's going to be it's going to be a little bit annoying in terms of the time, but we're going to start porting all the charts over to InvestDex. So what's up first? No. Wrapped ETH? No. Nope. USDL? No. That's a stable coin, by the way. In fact, let's just see, seeing as it is one of the coins that's in, someone has sent USDL into the Dilly DAO. So let's actually see how it's holding up in terms of sticking to its peg. I'm just double checking that this is actually showing for you guys. Yep, see? Throw this on a daily chart. So that's the entire life of USDL according to this chart. December 23. Look, it might not be the whole history, but it doesn't matter. With stable coins and in terms of them holding their peg, we only really care about the recent. So I'm just going to look at where were the furthest closes away from 1.0. So 1% to the upside. And I'm going to cheat a bit here. I'm going to ignore this one anomaly low, and this candle hasn't closed yet, the one that we're currently on. So I know I'm cheating a little bit here, but we're just going to use this one here, like this level. So 1.2%-ish to the downside in terms of the rate. So that's not too bad. It has managed to stay within about 1% of its peg. What's next? Duck. We always look at Duck. It's one of the, there's a couple of tokens called Duck at the moment on Pulse Chain. This one's Greg the Duck, the original and best. So it's not these ones. It's not these ones. Here it is, Greg the Duck. Oh, they actually have a Twitter with a logo and stuff. So I might ask InvestDex to actually add the logo for that one. Or tell their team or whatever to do it, to ask them, whatever. But InvestDex is such chads. Fast response, support the community. Oh yeah, look at that. This chart actually points directly to $1 million. If you follow that line up, if you follow that line up, it goes to exactly $1 million. And so that's actually pretty cool. This is effectively pretty much at all-time high. Consolidating at the highs. That's dope. We're going to start doing this thing where we mark the charts with where they are at the time. I'm just going to make these lines a little bit thicker. So yeah, that's cool. What's next? We'll just whip through some cool charts. Oh, this has got bitch. This has got contract copying. Like, so I don't even have to search. Bro, once you guys get access to this site where you can have all, like, where it goes through and it looks at all your tokens and it gives them, and it gives, man, this is dope. So I just copied, I just literally scrolled down, found the token, copied the contract address. This is Buzzball, but I want one that's like, say, with Pulse, paired with Pulse. Before I forget, I'm going to give it the beans. Speaking of beans, that's another project that's been absolutely kicking goals. Oh, do I have to reset this every time? Maybe I need to like refresh the page or something. So that's Buzzball. That's also been on a run. So this is the type of shit. So, you know, maybe we should have actually started with Bitcoin. In true tangent fashion, we'll bounce around a little bit. Since we haven't done a stream for such a long time, I don't think you've got to hook the homies up. Got to get rid of the homies' fear, you know, because there are people that are just absolutely fearful at the moment because Bitcoin pulled back like less than 5%. Remove that. Boomer this. Share screen. Right. Let's do this. So here's a Bitcoin chart. Not going to spend a heap of time on this. Basically just want to show you guys that if you're on like a weekly chart, this thing is not only going parabolic, but it's actually ahead of the curve. So I call this the Ivan on Tech parabola because he was the first person that I saw that drew this parabola. We've been in it ever since. He drew it early, by the way. So here, I was basically saying here, if we switch back to the daily, when we were here, I was saying that I wouldn't actually mind seeing a pullback to 55. And still, that's still the case. We could pull back, or maybe now it would be a little bit different. It'd be like this shit. So like 60, and that's a support level as well. But anyway, it doesn't need to happen. It's like the market's so bullish, it can just tear. So don't expect pullbacks, but I think this would be healthy market structure. That would be super healthy. And also, we probably do need at least one pullback that actually scares everyone or most people. Nothing's going to scare me from here because I'm motherfucking fearless. But the point is that not everyone got scared, just most people, from the recent pullback where people at least got like a little bit uncertain, like, oh no, is the bull market ending? Off a 5% pullback. Like when you zoom out and look at this chart, it seems ridiculous that people would have got scared here, but no bullshit, because there was Oh no, 3 red days in a row after we've rallied from 15K to 70 grand. Oh no, guys, it's over. It's over. Don't be a fuckhead. It's not over. Like, it's way too early to be doing that shit. You know what the saddest part is? These dumb fucks, they will, when it comes time where it would actually be reasonable to be a bit cautious, they will be so euphoric that selling won't even be on their mind until they round trip the bag. So yeah, so that pullback ended up being like around 10% total, but the biggest in any one day was like probably single digit, like 5%, 6%. The reason I was saying it was sub 5 was because I was probably, the last time I looked was probably this day here where it was only like 3% in a day, and then literally didn't care because I was like, the further it goes down, the better. The longer it goes sideways, the better. We just make the bull market even stronger. So that's Bitcoin. ETH has been looking really good as well, but just not as strong as Bitcoin. We don't even need to look at the chart. It's weak compared to Bitcoin. ETHW has actually like went on a big run. Sadly, it has actually outperformed Pulse Chain from the lows. This is something like a 4x or some shit. Yeah, exactly a 4x. So ETHW did a 4x from the lows. I don't think Pulse Chain has done a 4x from its lows yet. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? It's not, this is not, they're not the same thing, right? But it looks like the Tang Gang is reviving, like breathing life back into ETHW. YACHT is the first Tang Gang coin that has gone multi-chain in that direction. We're going to take a look at that soon. It's the highest performing coin on that chain right now in terms of gains, and it's fast catching even Hex. Hex has always been like the dominant coin on that chain pretty much, and it's actually fast catching Hex in volume traded. So it's going to be exciting to watch that over the next few days. And then we'll have a bit of an alpha drop with something else that's coming to, well, there's a few things coming to that chain that the Tang Gang's bringing to that chain that are going to start to like wake people up. This, you know, there are already people in the ETHW group that have been like, oh yeah, I might go back and take another look at ETHW, not specifically for the YACHT token, just like, it's like a reminder. It's like, oh yeah, we're in a bull market now. Like everything's going to go up. I might as well go and actually manage my bags over on this other chain and position myself to actually make the most gains in the bull market. Click some buttons, have some fun. So let's go back to, are there any other assets on here that you guys want to look at? I will be taking questions as well. Like I said, because it's super early in the US, not many of you will be awake, although there are 11 people watching live, which is actually really good. Thanks for coming, everyone. You know, throw some oranges in the chat. I'm sure most people in here are Tang Gang, but not everyone. There would also be some fans of the channel. We've been getting a lot of messages of sadness at the DeFi Late Show being no longer being on. I jokingly told people that was the reason why a certain person took a certain shotgun to the back of a certain asset's head. I jokingly say that it's because we stopped doing the DeFi Late Show, that it was like a rage. It was like a rage quitting. It was like, what? If there's no DeFi Late Show, then I'm out. Like the founder's just out. But I was actually thinking of starting to try and do streams at that time slot. So it's like mutually beneficial, right? Because so the viewership that's expecting something to be at that time, when they go on that day and time to go and watch the show, there's actually something on. And I actually benefit from that sort of autopiloting of viewers as well. So yeah, so hopefully, so that'll be tomorrow night for me. So I'll try and remember to do that if I have time and if I'm free at the time. Oh yeah, like Chia's $40. ETH's like back to 3.5K. That's okay. Oh, Pepe Community's actually been performing for once. I mean, everything on ETH's kind of been going up. I mean, unfortunately, this shitcoin has outperformed EHEX now. Tragic. But hopefully some whales will fix that shit in the short term. Anyway, let's head over to Pulse Chain charts. Back over to here. Boomer, boomer, boomer. Oh, actually, I'll look at the chat and I'll see, since people have been dedicated enough to like get up in the middle of the night to watch this stream. Now, the chat. Oh, full boomer spec. That's the private chat. Okay, this is it here. G'day, Ash. So Ash is another Australian hexagon. By the way, speaking of GDAY or G'day, there have been some developments over there as well. Tom's doing some stuff. He's filming, and that's right. The big one is they're moving their liquidity from Pulse X to 9 mil, so they can get the benefits of the 9 mil concentrated liquidity. You know the deal. 9 mil is the best. Just the best DEX. Speaking technologically, it is the best DEX that we have on Pulse Chain. So that's pretty cool. They asked my opinion in a Twitter space of like whether they should do it, and I was like, dude, fuck yes. Like, what? It's not even a question. So anyway, if anyone's watching this who is a coin founder, or even if you're not a coin founder, you're just a community member that provides liquidity, it's just better for you. It's better for the users. It's better for the chain. It's better for volume. It's better for adoption. It's better for literally fucking for everything. It's better for you to get points. It's better for the users to get points when they're buying and selling, for you to get points when you're providing the liquidity. And it's just more capitally efficient, which is just better for everyone. So it's a win to move your liquidity to 9 mil where you can. Blue Bum's here. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, man. One of the OGs of this channel, Blue Bum, is the reason I'm even on this channel. Streaming without notice or permission like a top G. Well, I scheduled this stream with like maybe 20 minutes notice. Yeah, the Twitter spaces can become like, they can be fun. They can be interesting. There often is alpha within them, but it's definitely not distilled content. And yeah, it's like, I still love the Twitter spaces. I spend a lot of time in Twitter spaces, but I hear you, man. I hear you. Camera not in focus or quality low. Oh, it could be, so it's fine at my end. It could be if you're on, like if your internet is running slow because you're doing other shit or whatever reason, it can downscale, downscale the videos. So just let me know if that's still a problem. Oh, people are just using the chat to say hi to each other. Yeah, that's fine, guys. Just pollute the chat with your GMs. I'm joking. You're welcome to do that. I encourage it. Crypto King's in here. Got the TYRH hashtag. I won't even ask if that's ironic. Then we've got, people speaking in different languages. That's cool. Can you explain what RSI is and how to use it? So it's the relative strength index, and it's basically just showing you, it's another oscillator, like, and it's showing you the whether something is like overbought or oversold. However, these indicators can stay like overbought or oversold for significantly long periods of time, particularly if you're in a trending market, right? So I'll see if I can turn on, let's just do it for a coin that's got a bit more history. So it's just another indicator that just gives you an idea of whether things might be like overheated, like whether it's a good time to buy or sell, basically. And it's imperfect, just like every other indicator that's out there. What's another coin? Let me just find the next coin that I actually wanted to have a look at. That was Buzzball. Meme Coin Mafia. Copy contract. So these are coins that have been sent into the Dilly DAO. So this has worked marvelously for me, not getting complaints, people being like, why aren't you shilling my coin or whatever? Not that I ever shill on this channel. We just literally look at charts and look at green dildos. So we've got this one here. See, these guys, their liquidity is still on Pulse X V2. That's fine though. At least it's V2. So get this thing on the daily, see if there's enough history here to do some. Oh yeah. Right. So let's go indicators. And we just go RSI, relative strength index. So, and on here, they've even given you the dotted lines at these levels are 30 and 70. And it's basically like, it implies that when you're getting these high values that are above 70, that it's overbought. Like so you're getting, so it implies that it could be a good time to sell. And like shockingly here, this actually like absolutely, that here where it spiked above 70, absolutely nailed the local top. Absolutely nailed it. Here again, as this thing came up here, that was another local top. This one here, another local top. This one here, another local top. So I just pulled this example out of my ass, and it is like textbook perfect. This doesn't always happen, and particularly not in bull markets. And so the same thing here, this was, don't worry about the start. You need to have some data behind it. But here, that was below 30, and that was a local bottom. Here, it didn't actually go below, but look, there's nothing godlike about this level, right? So you can start to pay attention here. So there was that clipped 30 and here, and then look, local low, all-time low. So this particular indicator has been incredible for this particular asset, this meme coin mafia token. It like, do not expect this indicator to always be this fucking magic. That is shocking to me. I've actually rarely seen it be so good at picking the tops and bottoms, and especially on like like relatively low liquidity coin, or maybe it works in its favor. I'd have to give that more thought actually. But so anyway, brilliant. That was magic that happened to be the one that we pulled as an example. Just happened to be the next one I was going to look at anyway. Crypto Class is in here. Hi, Class. We should, you're welcome to have a put your streams on this channel as well, Class, if you want. I know you've got your own channel, I think. So, and then Maximus Experience is in here. More people saying, yeah, smash the like. Yes, hell yes, thank you. And more people talking and saying hello to each other. Oh, dude, I am so pumped. So we need to get, the leaderboard is going to come first, and that's going to be a big indicator of when the 9 mil token drops. We've actually now got 16 live viewers. I know that sounds like F all, but for the time of the day and for the size of this channel and for other reasons in terms of like the niche level of what my content is about today, that's actually a really good viewer count. I'm really impressed with that. You know, there was someone on Twitter that tried to flex on the Tang Gang being like, oh, I get 3,000 views on my YouTube streams and you guys only get 300 people in a Twitter space, like implying there's a 10x. But the view count that they were saying from their YouTube is like all of their, so it's all their live views and their replay views, right? So, and our Twitter spaces can have up to 300 people at one time, like concurrent live listeners. So that's not even comparing oranges with oranges. So I thought that was quite hilarious. And so that's why like I get pumped when say 17 viewers now is, you know, that's going to have like quite a few views on the replays. And also, yeah, that's quite good. We need an AI bot that listens to Twitter spaces. Oh yeah, that's actually a great idea. That's actually a really great idea. If the bot, it needs to be smart enough to really understand where the alpha's at though. I mean, I guess it could summarize the information, and then someone could it could easily summarize the information in terms of like time stamping it and saying what the content was about, and then someone could manually go and pick where the alpha is or listen for the alpha or whatever. I think crypto's still unique enough that I just don't think an AI, I guess they're getting smarter and smarter by the day. Soon an AI will be able to work out where the alpha is. I guess it's just whenever Cookies is talking would be a good start, like for its training data. There was a mofo that was like, because they were like, we want to try and like build a bridge with the Tang gang, and like, because it's like the most important community, getting the most adoption, it's like done the most for the chain. So we want to try and build a bridge and like decrease the hostility and, you know, try and, this is the same person as what I was talking before, like want to try and, you know, collab more with the Tang gang and make more a friendly environment, because they're just basically dunking and crushing everything and just just so dank. And someone commented, I bet Orca won't, you know, play ball with this stuff. I'm paraphrasing. And I had literally just scrolled past a reply from him just being like, yeah, we can stream whenever you want, line it up. And I was like, you know, when people say that aged horribly, like it didn't even age, because I had already seen the thing that crushes that comment before I saw the comment. It didn't even get time to breathe before getting absolutely destroyed. So, yeah. All good. Let's go. Okay, that's the comments for now. That's great. Let's get into this yacht stuff. The reason that most people came here, so that this title's not clickbait. Yo. We're gonna have to actually go. Hold up. I had the chart open when we were looking at RSI, right? Don't fucking fuck with me, dog. One sec. I'm just going to go through here and check. Can you explain RSI, how to use it? Fuck, don't tell me I didn't put the fucking chart up. God damn it. You fucking dog. You fucking dog. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go through it again. But basically, yeah. Okay. So what I will do, though, is just so that you guys can see what I was talking about. I mean, that says it's being shared, but I shared it, but I didn't click this fucking button here. Anyway, so you can see this now. These were the highs here. Can you see my cursor? These were the RSI highs above 70 here, and here. And these were the lows here, and here. And you can go and make this chart yourself. It corresponds to local highs and local lows. It probably verbally was enough to get the idea. And this is the chart that we were looking at. Sorry about that. Now we need to actually get rid of this. It's just because I'm sharing tab by tab. It's like not as smooth as you would ideally like. So this next one, if you are an RH maxi, you might want to stop the stream here, because this particular chart is going to be painful to look at. It's the pulse chain chart. And this fucking thing has retraced all the way back down to under 1.3 base SAC. I actually thought that this was more likely to play out. Obviously, this just proves to you that I'm right. Every time I say anything is possible, we don't know for sure. This is what the technical analysis tells us is most likely, but anything's possible, right? So this looked like it was building up a flag. We had already broken out of this mega flag, right? So this giga flag was implying that we could go to the moon. Sack Daddy was pumping the bags. We were seeing inflows. Everything was going great. We had broken out of the channel or the flag, the ascending channel, creating our own little mini channel ready to just pump off that thing and start this journey to 4x SAC. And some fucking loser decided to cheat the bag. Some fucking loser decided that he wants his grandchildren to be like, fuck you, granddad, you faded generational wealth. Now I need to go and get a job. So that's what happened there. And that has made all the other coins on the chain look like total shit, with the exception of like a handful of coins, which included Pussy and the OG Pussy, like the Pussycat Farms Pussy, because there's two now. And Yacht, actually. Yacht stayed surprisingly strong with all this stuff going on. Someone said that they didn't think the chart looked strong, and it's like, you're a dumbass. So hopefully this loads. So shout out to the dumbass that thought that this chart didn't look strong. It's like, it's practically, well, I mean, actually, it may have actually dropped since they said, oh yeah, like it may have dropped again since they said that. This doesn't look as strong, but at the time we were kind of like around here, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go back and check the timestamps. But regardless, it doesn't matter, right? Like as in, if we turn log on, this is what we're dealing with. And by the way, this didn't even come, this was strong enough to not even actually retest this quite significant support here. And so you look, I'm a fan. I did, and by the way, actually, it might be better to look at this against PLS, because, so yeah, this is looking stronger locally against PLS, because obviously PLS has been going down, which F's the dollar chart. So yeah, effectively Yacht for some reason was trending down in the start of its life, and ever since it's been trending up. And this was like obviously the all-time highs in dollar terms. So in dollar terms, this smoked all of this starting stuff because Pulse Chain had been trending up in general. So yeah, not concerned. And now obviously I genuinely think the focus this week is going to be on the Yacht ecosystem. Shark holders of this Pulse Chain version of Yacht got shark bags of the Ethereum proof of work one. And then a range of other projects and NFT, like so tokens and NFT projects, got dolphin bags. How long have we been going for? 40 minutes. Okay. So I don't want this stream to go too much longer. So we're going to get into the shill, even though there's no reason to go and FOMO this coin. It's more for fun. It's to extend. It's to build bridges between communities. So Ethereum proof of work was always a community that I was involved with. And I mean, I started the Telegram for the Ethereum proof of work. That Telegram is Hex POW. It's like Hex on Ethereum. Hex on Ethereum proof of work. We've got quite a strong community over there. It was basically the strongest community on the entire chain. Obviously, a little bit of momentum was lost when Pulse Chain launched, because obviously that same community was focused on Pulse Chain because the hexagons, obviously. And now some of that enthusiasm is coming back in as the Tang Gang sort of starts to embrace the Ethereum proof of work. There's alpha that's going to drop. There's two. One is soon and one is not so soon. Mega alpha that is going to drop. No expectations, no future shit, no roadmap. These are different dev teams. Well, actually there is overlap in the devs, but I really think that if you are so most people that are watching this channel are somewhat involved with Hex. That means that most of you that are watching will have assets on Ethereum proof of work, whether or not you actually messed with them around the time of the fork or not. You have economic energy over there. If you want a fun distraction from all the carnage that's going on, where like we've got an ecosystem that is lagging behind the rest of the crypto market, and it's just like it's a waiting game sometimes for this stuff to pump, and you want to just have fun clicking buttons and seeing charts go to the moon, then I really think that refamiliarizing yourself with Ethereum proof of work, you can basically come into any of the telegrams that I'm a member of. I've put the RPC settings in all of those telegrams. We're having fun over there, and it's just starting. Like, we literally, that yacht on Ethereum proof of work literally launched less than 12 hours ago. So about approximately 12 hours ago. So if we go on Dex Screener and we search for yacht, so that's the yacht on Pulse Chain that we're just looking at. Now let's go and look at yacht on, oh, look at this. It's actually, holy shit. It's actually coming up at the top. So the only reason why this one's still at the top is because I've got it, well, maybe because I've got it bookmarked in a watch list. This Ethereum proof of work yacht has gone straight to the top of the freaking search results because this thing, so it's done a 3x, but keep in mind, right? So this is how good this coin is at the moment. This looks like it's already had quite a big pump and it's done like a 3x. But you know that with these coins, when they're brand new, they do, like, often they'll just do like thousands of X's. And some people say, well, that's not real, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? It just means that right now the shit is probably like very, very cheap and it's super new. And even though it says it's done a 3x, it's basically a 0x when you think about it over time, right? Let's look at like a 15-minute chart or whatever. So the point is, though, look at this. The market cap of the entire thing is $350 and the liquidity is $350. So it's like, that means that at least half the coins are in the LP ready for people to buy. So the alpha here is that at the moment, you can probably scoop a bag for like very inexpensive. Obviously, for the benefit of the distribution of the coins, it's better if people don't go and like ape stupid amounts. And the DEX will actually stop you. So over on Ethereum proof of work, the DEX, the best DEX, the V3 DEX is actually, it's the Uniswap fork, because Ethereum proof of work is a lot like Pulse Chain. It forked with everything on it, right? So it was a great testing ground for people to learn about how that shit was going to go down, learn about forks and that sort of thing. I already knew enough about forks, but for a lot of people in the Hex community, they had not been through any forks of coins or chains that they gave a shit about enough to like know about how it works. So it was actually an excellent learning experience for a lot of people. And a lot of people made a lot of money when Pulse Chain forked because of what they had learned on Ethereum proof of work, right? The other reason I really like Ethereum proof of work is it's actually proof of work, hence the name. So we have a redundancy in the EVM chains. So in the space of EVM chains, we have one which is still proof of work, which is the superior consensus algorithm, in my opinion. Anyone who is a legitimate cypherpunk knows that proof of work is superior to proof of stake, right? It's something that I debated when I debated Richard Hart on a Twitter space. He didn't concede it, but anyone listening who knew their shit knew that I was right. And probably a lot of, like, not to flex, but a lot of hexagons have actually converted to BTC maxis after all the shit that has been happening lately and going back. Not me. I still, like, I have a little thing called conviction. So I don't just go flip-flopping like whichever coin is, oh, Bitcoin's the one's pumping, now I'm a BTC maxi, right? So that's the problem when your community is filled with noobs, and we don't suffer from that in the Tang Gang, because the Tang Gang had this beautiful self-filtration where fuckwits and noobs don't generally feel that comfortable in the Tang Gang. So, and noobs are welcome, but noobs with a good attitude. And by the way, they learn quick. So they don't stay noobs for long enough to go and damage the chart, or at least they won't in as much in the bull market when it proceeds, right? Is my prediction. So I'm not saying that HOA is not going to have a bear market. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, it might not, but I'm just saying that the Tang Gang has more sophisticated network participants, and that is highly beneficial, right? That's highly beneficial for the liquidity. That's highly beneficial for the chart. That's highly beneficial for just your sanity when you are interacting with the group. There is nothing worse than being in a group where 90% of the comments are just retarded shit, right? And that's pretty much every other crypto community that you're going to enter into. So that's one of the things that I don't think people in the Tang Gang even realize anymore, that they're just so used to the shit not being retarded in the Tang Gang and the Tang Gang subgroups that, you know, it becomes, people start to take it for granted, right? So, you know, I have really enjoyed the way that the Tang Gang has developed. Obviously, the yacht community is a sub-community of the Tang Gang, and then there are actually sub-communities of the yacht community. Those communities all got airdropped this coin of yacht on Ethereum proof of work. They were coins like, are we able to just go and have a quick look at, you know what, they should actually probably be in this list. They're coins like Bow and Tangent Inu and KAKADU. KAKADU's really cool. I was thinking that maybe the Dilly DAO will send some KAKADU to the MCR rewards pool. So on Pulse Chain now, there are these pools that have been set up by different projects where it's like whatever's in that pool, as long as it's whitelisted to make sure it's not like a scam or some kind of like exploit, it will get auto distributed on some kind of schedule to all the people who hold a certain thing, or they're staked, or they hold an NFT or whatever. So what the Tang Gang worked out is that the reflections tokens that pay HOA can be sent to these reward pools, and then they can ask them to not whitelist the actual reward token, the reflection token, so that rather than those tokens getting distributed out when the reward period ends, it's the reflections that get distributed out. I'm not a massive fan generally of like tax tokens and reflections tokens, but obviously if it's to do with something that I like HOA or yacht or something, then I'm going to be like a little bit more lenient towards it. And that's not like hypocrisy. That's just, I mean, you could call it bag bias, or you could just call it like being a human. So this is the, I want to show you guys before I leave, because I want to try and keep this stream under an hour. So we've got like 10 minutes-ish before we kill it. I want to show you guys the HOA chart. So BOW, this is a chart against the dollar, even though it says here BOW versus HOA. This has kind of been in a range pretty much its entire life, really, I guess. That's with log turned on. Yeah, it's been in a 4x range its entire life. So this coin has got a good holder distribution, and actually the people involved in BOW were also involved in the decision making for the yacht on Ethereum proof of work. So that's pretty effing cool. Also Tangent Inu. I wanted to look at some of the NFT. So I've got so many ideas for streams of things I want to show. I want to show off some of my favorite NFT collections that are in the Tang Gang. We've got incredible artists, and it's like every time I do a stream, because I don't stream often enough, it's like I want to do everything, and then you end up not being able to do everything. And obviously I have to prioritize the coins that have been sent into the Dilly DAO. They have to be prioritized, because that's the whole point of the show. Even though there's no like contractual obligation, no expectations and all that shit, it's, you know, it's kind of the point of the show to look at dildos. So here's Tangent Inu. That's also that, you know, look, the trend is generally up, but as well, it's been kind of like largely sideways. The last time we looked at a stream, it was actually pretty much at all time, what ended up being the all-time high pretty much. We'll just move this down here. I mean, with liquidity this low, and with the attention that is now coming to the yacht ecosystem, these coins could send, no promises. And what was the other one? KAKADU. So they're all the like approved or at least announced, like where the founders and the teams came into the chat and made sure that they were not doing anything that would upset anyone in the community. These coins and everything, and then there are a few NFT projects that kind of did the same thing. Anything else that's like yacht themed on Pulse Chain is like not associated with the yacht community, but it's a free world. People can go and do whatever they want, but you know, it's just not gonna have the same community support. And obviously the Tang Gang are fucking relentless at supporting what they love. So this is KAKADU. That's pretty much been on an uptrend its entire life, pretty much. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's go. Let's effing go. What do we do? Do we just, we've got, oh, I promised the HOA chart because there are some people watching. So by the way, I think HOA is, if I was able to give financial advice, and by the way, that's another video that I'm planning to make. That might be soon. That might be really soon, because I actually think HOA is at a really good level here. And I want to make the video that I'm going to send to my AFK friends where I'm like, if you're entering crypto, this is the first bag that you should get. Come on over to Pulse Chain and have some fun. And I want to just basically do a quick step-by-step with no bullshit. Like, so no fluff, just a literal step-by-step of how to get HOA on Pulse Chain if you're starting with Australian dollars. But it'll be like reasonably able to be used by people in other countries as well, I guess. And part of the reason I'm so bullish on HOA is not only is it pretty much at a support level. Yeah, it is at a support level. But it's also that if you look at it against Pulse, it is bottoming the F out. Or at least I thought it was here. It's had another drop. I may or may not have been buying this dip. So, and in fact, actually some of those buys might have been from my public wallet. So I can probably say I've been buying the dip. But anyway, the point is that HOA is not going anywhere. The vibes have been absolutely immaculate. We're literally building a censorship-free internet for real. Like, I know that mofos have said that shit in the past. I'm just going to share a new tab as I look through the rest of these comments. That comment doesn't even make sense. Maximus Experience was just going to train the AI on anything that Cookies says. Dude, the boy's got alpha. The boy's got alpha. He's got fucking alpha. You know, look, we don't do heroes in the Tang Gang. We don't do leaders. But I will say we are lucky to have Cookies in the Tang Gang. We are lucky that people see that Cookies is, his PFP on Twitter has been a neckbeard orange punk, sorry, since the beginning. So as long as I don't see that PFP change, I am giga bullish on HOA and the Tang Gang. So I was pulling up a screen to show, oh yeah, I was going to just ever so quickly, we've got literally only minutes left. So yeah, so I want my AFK buddies to actually be buying HOA on a dip. So that's why it's actually quite urgent for me to make that video before it starts absolutely pumping its nut off again. And so, not financial advice, sue me. Go back over here, boomer this shit, just quickly boomer this shit while we... So by the way, I actually do buy blood. Like I actually do what you're supposed to do. So when everyone's crying and thinking that, you know, Richard Hart, like I bought the EHEX dip. I bought the EHEX dip and that bag is up mega, like mega. That bag, I'm pretty sure is still up over 30%, maybe higher. because I actually bought the dip. So I'm going to remove that one, and we're going to add, this is going to be the last thing we're going to have time for, guys. So yeah, so if the thought is in your head where you're like, oh no, it looks like, oh no, this price chart looks like the Tangang are like crumbling and it's not what? Like, go into the Telegram. It's like, it's better than ever. We're building, like, look at this. This is all you need to know. This is all you need to know. This motherfucker, Michael Taylor, is actually building a censorship-free internet on data layer. What the fuck? What the fuck? For real. This is not the 2017 ICO, oh, we're building a decentralized internet. We're putting the internet onto the blockchain. No. This is not that shit. This is legit. This is the mofo that built the system that allows governments to trade carbon credits so that they don't have to trust each other to hold the ledger. Like, for one of them to hold the ledger. This is legit. This is legit. Like, and so, oh wait, why did that not go to the next page? Oh, motherfucker, it's a different website. Like, as in, when I clicked the button, we're cutting it fine here, guys. We're cutting it real fucking fine. So, I mean, look, I should start signing out while I'm boomering this shit. If I can, that wouldn't be very boomer of me, but I'll multitask this shit. So that's the data layer thing. So nearly half of these have sold. If you give a shit about the future of humanity, if you give a shit about freedom, I recommend you go and look at them. I showed these to an AFK friend of mine who was over last night, and she really liked this. She was like very keen on the actual art, which is great when you get like a non-crypto person who's not familiar with how NFTs look and shit like that to get excited about the art. That's a good sign. But don't, like, the art is like not even the point of this. This is to find out. And by the way, this Chad sent some of the PLS that he's received from this mint to the Tangang multisig. I'm like, no, use that for building the censorship-free internet. But that's how Chad these guys are. That's how generous everyone is in the Tangang. That's how, like, committed to the cause. So look, to sign out, the Tangang's not fading. The Tangang's getting brighter. The yacht community is going to be absolutely nuts. Like, that's going to be a real focus this week. I'm really excited about what's going to go on there. That's really excited. Obviously, the overall message is revenge, and just have fun. Just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Like, try to enjoy every moment, regardless of whether you're doing something mundane or you're out there getting revenge, right? So you can be fighting for freedom. You can be doing all sorts of stuff, and you can still have fun while doing it if you embrace the attitude of the Tangang. Peace.